Hello, welcome to day 2 of distance learning, and we're going to work on, I didn't put the title up here, but I'll get it done in just a second. We're going to work on A1 R2, that's Algebra Review 2, Algebra 1 Review 2. Okay, so we're going to get started with this. I'm going to start with number 2. I'm not going to finish number 2, but I'm going to start with number 2. I'm going to point out what some people struggle with. This is usually where people struggle, right here on number 2. With these two guys. So remember, when we follow our order, we're going to follow our order. We're going to do combined like terms. We're going to do the distribute property. Let's see if this fits. We'll do distribute property first. Then we're going to combo. These are just the simplify step. And then we're going to add, subtract, and then we're going to multiply, divide. That's kind of the order we want to go in, and so you do not combine these first. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to go ahead and, this is my distribute property. Okay, and remember this negative, let's go ahead and change it to plus a negative. We're going to distribute this -4 to here and here. So I just want to get you started on this so you don't use this concept a little bit. Let me get this straight. Okay, the directions say to solve each equation for the indicated variable. Your teacher maybe called it literal equations, but basically we're going to solve for one of the variables. In this case it says solve for A, so we're going to solve for A. So that means we're getting A by itself. So I want this all by itself. And so what do I need to do to get A by itself? Well, in this case, all I have to do is get the K away. This means K times A, so all I'm going to do is divide both sides by K, and my answer is finished. I'm going to rewrite it so it is clear that my answer is finished. So that is A equals W minus V over K. Okay, some of these get a little more complicated, but I just want to see what you can do on this. Don't overthink it. All right, now we're going to move on to number. Let's go ahead and do number 20. I'll do a harder one, just to make sure you can remember. So 20. Okay, and these symbols, absolute value means distance from 0. Okay, so there's basically a right distance and a left distance. Okay, what we do, and just to remind you how this works, is we want to get the absolute value all by itself first. So I'm going to go ahead and, this is outside, so I'm going to make it go away. So then I'm going to rewrite this. 2x plus 3 equals 9. Okay, and this is the part you may not have remembered. You split it up. So we're going to have the left answer, 2x plus 3 equals -9. Okay, negatives are on the left. We're going to have our right answer, 2x plus 3 equals 9. Okay, so we have the negative side, or the negative answer, we have the positive answer. Now we just need to solve this out. I'll solve out for one and you can solve out for the other. I'll probably do the whole thing. Okay, hopefully I did not go too fast. Just kind of see how that's done. All right, do the same thing for this answer. Take away 3 from both sides. And so now we have two answers here for the right side and left side, and I'm going to put a little right here. So those are the two numbers that would work if you substituted back in. All right. There is a back side to this page. On the PDF, I think you just scroll down to the next page. We're going to simplify radicals, and mainly it's calculator, and I just kind of want to show you how that works. I'm going to show you old-fashioned style and calculator style. I'm going to go ahead and turn the page. And we're going to get this going. I'm just going to go ahead and start with number 24. I'm going to show you both ways to do number 24. I don't like to start just on the beginning. So I want to simplify this. Okay. What I mean by simplify this, and I'm going to put out my calculator, is I want to simplify this. And this is what the answer will look like. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. That's what the answer is going to look like. You can't see it because it's not in the light. So that's what the answer is going to look like. Okay, I'll remind you how to do it without a calculator real quick. Basically, I'm going to divide this by perfect squares. And if you don't remember your perfect squares are 4, 9. Probably better put a comma. 4, 9, 25. 36, 49, etc., etc., etc. These are all things you can take a square root of and get a number. For example, square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 9 is 3. Square root of 25 is 5. 6, 7, and it keeps going on forever. So I'm going to look at a number I can divide this by, and it looks like I can divide this number by 25. So I'm going to divide it by 25, and that's going to leave me with 5. Okay, to simplify it, I'm going to go ahead and go, okay, what's the square root of 25? 5. Well, 5 is not a perfect square. It's not one of our lists. Can I divide it by any of the ones in the perfect square and get a good answer? Nope. So I'm just going to put this right down beside it. That's how you do it. Okay. And again, let's look at 26. I got room right here. And I'm just going to do 26 in the calculator, just so you can see me do it. I'll go step by step on this. We're going to use this quite a bit in geometry and make sure we got good lighting. Okay, so on 26, I'm first going to hit the second button. Let me get the whole calculator in here. I'm going to have to adjust it just a little bit. All right, so we're going to hit second. And then we're going to hit x squared, but if it's second, it is the square root button. And then I just type it in. Okay, so I don't want this to be a difficulty for you. I just want you to kind of be more aware. Most of this is going to be just put it in your calculator and figure out how it is. Just remember how to do this so when we have to use it in class, we're ready for it. Okay, I am going to go ahead and show you one of the harder ones. Okay, so I'm going to show you 29, because 29 you can't put in the calculator. Okay, 29 you're going to have to put some of it by hand. Okay, so 29 looks like this. Okay. So 72 we can put in the calculator. Piece of cake. We just did it actually. We know that 72 is going to look like this. It's going to be 6 radical 2. We know that. I left some room for the rest of the answer. How to do the rest of it? Well, this is what I'm going to do. To find, I'm going to divide by 2. The exponent by 2. That's how you do a square root, is you just divide the exponent by 2 by 2. Okay, so 3 divided by 2, that is going to be basically 1 and 1/2. And y divided by 2, that's going to be 1. Okay, so what happens is x to the first, I'm going to put out here. This 1/2, I can't do it with any. It's not, basically it's not a perfect square, it's not a perfect cut, so I'm going to leave it in here kind of like trash. Just leave it in. Y, well, it ended up being a perfect number, perfect square. So I'm just going to write it out here, and that's how you do it. I just want to see if you remember how to do this. Do the best you can on this. And again, most of the rest is going to be just a calculator. And I just really want to see if you know what you're doing, if you remember this stuff, okay? And we'll continue to review right before we need to use something in class. But until next time, keep it up, keep up the good work, and we'll see you in class soon. Bye.